What's up, guys? I was gonna make this long video today about, the last chapter in my book and what it was about, how to like manifest anything because your level of faith has to do with how you manifest stuff. And I was just like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna tell a small story and then I'm gonna go swimming. Like it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it's sunny, so it's like floaty time. I've been working on the book this morning and doing other stuff. It's Sunday, right? I don't want to tell you guys too much before I'm ready, right? Anyway, uh, so I got a floaty. Anyway, I just want to tell you this one story. So yesterday, I'm going to title this video, Always Listen to What You're Being Told to Do, right? And sometimes it's so subtle you don't even really understand it at first. Anyway, I was at a camp spot last night, just traveling around. I left Leavenworth at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I found a camp spot over Blewett Pass. And I looked around for a little bit. There's a mining claim there, so you actually can't, like mine out of the river, but you can camp there. There's open camp spots. Well, I was there for about an hour. I was about there for about 30 minutes. Two sheriffs stopped by and just want to know who I was because somebody had been squatting there and they actually pushed him out of that campsite, which is kind of sad, right? There are so many homeless people in Seattle that they're moving out into the campgrounds around Seattle. And I mean, this is a ways from Seattle. So there's people camping in spots for over 14 days, which is the maximum you're allowed to camp in one spot. And then they just move every 14 days to another camp spot because they're homeless, which is sad. That we are in that state right now that that's where our society's moving. And it's because of inflation, but it's more than just inflation. And it's going to be one of the main topics of discussion in my next video. So there is a way to get out of that, but it has to do with understanding, having a deeper understanding of reality. And if you don't understand how reality works, then any one of us could end up homeless. It doesn't matter how much money you have, because if the money system crumbles and you don't understand what you need to do, then we understood in the 30s what needed to happen. Anyway, this is getting beside the point, right? So these guys stopped by, and I set up my cot next to my car, and I was laying there, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this giant freaking bumblebee, I swear this thing was like this big, comes flying out of nowhere and just straight towards my face. Wah! I mean, I have been scared the crap out of me. And at the time, I was just like in a meditative state. I was looking at the trees and the way the wind was moving the branches like this, right? And I started to get this feeling like I just don't want to be here. For one thing, I camped out the night before by myself somewhere, and I just kind of watched videos and did a little bit of writing and thinking about what was next. And I just didn't want to, unless I'm there with, some friends or family or my girlfriend or wife or whoever it is, I really didn't want to just lay there by myself all night. So I got up, put my stuff back in the car, took off. As soon as I left the campsite, my phone blew up because somebody was wanting to stay at our rental place in Idaho that night. And if I wouldn't have left that camp spot, then I would not have been able to give them the key code, and they wouldn't have been able to get into my house last night so that they could go to a motocross event in Clarkia. Everything is telling you something, right? Everything is, you know, the little bumblebee. It's like, hey, what are you doing here? Get out of here. You don't need to be here. So think about that. Always listen to what's going on around you. Everything is telling you something. Sometimes somebody needs help, and all they need is you to stop and show that you care. Um, as long as you choose to become a conductor for what other people need, then um, you have to listen, right? Always listen first. Anyway, love you guys. Have a happy Sunday, and maybe I'll make another video tomorrow about the last chapter in my book. I haven't decided yet. Maybe it should be a surprise. I don't know. Why should it be a surprise? It doesn't need to be a surprise. I don't know. Love you guys. Have a happy Sunday.